Hello everyone, Miss Carrie here from Miss Carrie's Creations. Today I'm going to be sharing a fall scrapbook layout that I created for our daughter's wedding album using a few components from a Not Just for Boys Kit Club collection. For my layout, I'll be using items from the Auburn Autumn Days kit. I shared all of the lovely items that come in the kit in a recent video. If you missed it, I will add a link above so that you can take a look at what comes in this kit. These are photos that were taken after our daughter announced her engagement, and the colors match perfectly with the pattern papers. I also love how those wood buttons match her dress, and all the warm elements of this ephemera pack are going to be a great addition to the page. I've also selected this leaf cardstock cut that I'll be shading with watercolor, and I'll show you how to do that later on in the video. I have selected this printed leaf pattern for the background, and I've trimmed my photos and matted them in some off-white cardstock. I'm going to bring in this olive pattern to place behind the photos and lay the leaf cut behind it. I might end up cutting these apart so that I can have some of these leaves showing below. I'm also liking this floral pattern, but I don't want to use too much of it. So I'm going to try to figure out how I'm going to be able to incorporate it on the page. Before I adhere this down, I do want to add some color to that leaf cardstock cut. I want to bring in a few different colors from the page to these leaves, and I'm going to do that with watercolor paint. I've gone ahead and stuck this down on an old Cricut mat to keep it from moving, and it prevents it from warping as I add the color. Before I add the pigment, I'm going to brush a little bit of water over this cut. This is going to help the pigment spread as I add them to the design. I'm going to place a little bit of the pigment on my glass board and drip the color onto the cardstock cut, allowing it to spread throughout the area. As I add additional colors, each one is going to blend into the other. I'm going to add some green, orange, yellow, and brown to this design. If you are one who enjoys watercolors, I do have a few other tutorials on my channel. I've only been using these for about a year, and I'm learning more and more each time I play with them. While you're viewing the other videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please let me know that you are a new subscriber so that I can welcome you. Now you can see as I was adding the color, I was trying to get each of the colors to flow into the leaf next to it. Now you do want to be cautious with these cardstock cuts. They are built very well, but this is a more delicate cut. You can see there that I did add quite a few layers of watered down pigment, but if I had continued to add more and more water, there's a chance that it may have started to peel apart. So if you're going to add lots of layers of color, I would suggest that you prep it with some gesso first. Now that I've added all of the color, I do want to bring in a little bit of splatter to this design. I'm going to be using a deep brown so that it matches the splatters on the background paper I'm using. Now I'm going to clean up my mess and allow this to dry, and then I'll start putting together my layout. I selected this background pattern because of the leaves, but they are going to be hidden behind this paper strip. So I used my craft knife to cut around them. This is going to allow me to bring them to the front of the photos and create some layers and dimension on the page. The papers and images I'm adding are going to be distressed a little bit to match the design. I'm going to be using an edge distresser, some sanding blocks, and some ink on a couple of the items. I decided to fussy cut the floral pattern, and I'm going to be layering it behind the leaves and the paper strip. And I'm also going to bring in that cardboard cut that I added color to. I love how this turned out. I have cut it apart so that I can layer it at the top and the bottom of the photos, which is going to create a nice frame around that focal point. I'm going to start grabbing a few items from the ephemera kit for this page. There are a bunch of amazing die cuts in here, but I already have so many layers on the page, I don't want to add too much and take away from the photos. In this package, there are a few labels that match her dress, some floral banners, and this always and forever phrase, which I'm probably going to turn into the title. It matches the theme of the page and brings in a little of that color from her dress. I think I like the idea of these printed banners on the left side of the page. These are going to create some grounding points and bring in a vertical element, which I don't have on this layout yet. I'm also going to add this large orange butterfly to bring some of that orange color down here in the corner. This is where I'm going to be adding my journaling, and that die cut will draw your eye to the area. I'm also considering this yellow banner here with the words golden moments, but I'm a bit worried it's going to draw your eye from the title. So I'm just going to wait a moment and gather some additional embellishments before I remove it. I have also grabbed the adorable little buttons that come with the kit because they match her dress perfectly. They look just like the embroidery she has on the front. I'm going to add one near the title with a leaf sticker, and I'm going to add a little tab up here to the title that says Perfect Pick and a butterfly sticker. All of these items clustered together are bringing a little bit more focus to that smaller title. In the lower left corner, I'm going to add a layer of leaves and another one of those buttons. I'm going to bring back that Golden Moments banner and a blue butterfly to bring some blue from the button at the top to this area of the page. Near that larger butterfly, I'm going to add another button and a leaf sticker. A lot of these stickers are from my personal collection. They do not come in the kit, but they do match perfectly. I'm going to go off camera and type up my journaling, and then I'll share the finished page. Off camera, I printed my journaling onto some vellum and I attached it to the layout. I've also added some jute twine to the buttons and a few little olive green dots. The Auburn Autumn Kit has so many great components that I was able to add to this layout to tell the story of these photos. The leaf layers in the background paper that I paired with that cardstock cut and bits of ephemera made such a stunning background for this page. And the title I found in the ephemera kit was the perfect addition. I love how this page turned out with all of its layers and texture. If you are one who likes to pin projects to inspiration boards, I will place these photos on my website today for you to grab there. I want to thank you for joining me for another scrapbook project. I hope that this gave you a few ideas for using this new September kit from Not Just for Boys Kit Club, and I hope that it inspired you to try something new. If you have any questions about this project or the supplies listed below, feel free to post that in the comments. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I can't wait to see what you create.